Now let us understand a very interesting mode in your calculator, that is the beginning and end mode. Now when you put up the cash flows, whether you use the annuity or the cash flow function, naturally by default all the cash flows are assumed to be at the end of the period. Now this is what the calculator is set up for. So naturally your calculator is always set up at end mode. Now, before I go with the use of beginning mode and whether you should use it or not, really, let me walk you through the mode, where exactly it is. So, in your calculator, you will see here there is BGN. It's on the background of PMT. So, how do you press these numbers, right? So, you have to press second and then you press BGM. BGN is beginning. So second BGN. So when you press second and that BGN, you will see the mode. So right now, by default, your calculator is set up at end mode, and which is what it should be. However, if you want to change the mode, you need to again press second and enter, which is on the top. So it will set. Basically, you're not pressing enter, you're pressing the set, which is on the background. So it works like a shift key. So the second works like a shift key. So when you press second enter, it asks you to change the set. So what we will do, we press second enter, and when we do that, it changes the mode from ending to beginning. Now one more thing is which is highlighting here is that as soon as your calculator mode is changed to beginning, you will see a sign here on the top of the calculator in very small letters BGN. That means your calculator is set at beginning mode. Now from the beginning mode, when you press clear, you will see the calculator always shows the beginning mode on the top. However, very few calculations you have on beginning mode except the retirement planning calculations in time value of money. Otherwise, most of the cash flows are in the end mode. So to go back to the end mode, you need to press second enter, second PMT again. You will press second PMT and then you will change the mode again. So you'll press second enter. After pressing second PMT, you will press second enter. So now it shows the end mode. Now, as soon as it shows the end mode, you will see the BGN on the top has disappeared, correct? Notice the BGN which was on the top, that has disappeared. Again, if you press second enter, the BGN will appear, that is beginning will appear. But I'll do second enter, end mode, and then press clear. So the calculator is back at the end mode. Now this is what the beginning and end mode is. Now let me tell you some vital tips if you're giving CFA exams. As I said, all the cash flow questions are naturally by default end mode. However, some calculations like retirement planning calculations do have beginning mode. Now you can actually do all the calculations using end mode only, just that you will have to go 1 year ahead when you do the beginning mode. Okay, that is adjusted in the question banks, don't worry. So do you really require beginning mode? Well, very rarely. And I personally, in the class, when I do the questions, I utilize end mode only, even if the question says beginning of the year cash flows. And why? Because a very important tip, and this you should not miss out, is that when you use the beginning mode calculation, let's do it again, second PMT, second enter, and when you finish your calculation, there's a high chance that students forget to press the end mode again. You need to reset the calculator at end mode. Now, ideally out of 100 plus questions, there might be a single question which is at beginning mode. But if you forget to make the calculator back to the end mode, all the questions are wrong. So I generally do the entire CFA training using end mode only, even if the cash flow says beginning, and that's the trick that we learn in the class. So now, without failing, what we'll do, we'll press second PMT again, second enter. This is how we change the mode, clear. So now the calculator is set back at the end mode.